welcome back to my channel. Sorry about whatever is happening with my hair, but this is going to be my Summerween reading vlog. So it's actually not officially started yet. It officially starts Monday and today is Saturday. It's not officially started. I am, however, starting today. It's fine. You will understand if you either saw last week's vlog or after I show you the books that I plan on reading. So, in case you don't know, Summerween is a readathon created by Gabby Reads and Olivia Reads a Latte. This is the first time that this readathon is happening. So basically, it's Halloween in the summer, where you get to read spooky, scary books in August, and I'm very excited about it. There are 5 challenges, which are kind of loose challenges, but I'm going to try to meet all of them. So first I'm going to read you the challenges, and then I will tell you the books after. So the first book, or the first challenge, is to read a book with a creepy cover. The second challenge is to read a paranormal or supernatural book. The third book is to read a book with a haunted house. The fourth book is to read a book completely in the dark. And I think I've been saying books this whole time. These are all challenges. And the last challenge is to read a book recommended by one of the hosts. And the first book I have would complete the complete the challenges, read a book with a creepy cover, and read a paranormal or supernatural book. I'm not entirely sure if this is paranormal or supernatural, but I kind of hope it is, so who knows. But that is It by Stephen King. This is also the reason I'm starting on Saturday instead of Monday, because this is a big book. The next book I want to read is actually an ARC that I have on my Kindle, and it is called Tell Me My Name, and I think it's by Aaron Ruddy, if I'm not mistaken. But this one comes out in October, but I do want to read it beforehand. And I'm planning on reading this one for the challenge to read a book completely in the dark. And the last book that I plan to read will meet the challenges to read a book with a haunted house and to read a book recommended by one of the hosts. And that is Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. I got this from Book of the Month. I'm reading this because I read Lock Every Door by Riley Sager last month. Absolutely loved it. So excited about this one ever since Gabby Reads got it, because she got it early. And I just know I'm going to love it. And it is literally about a haunted house. So I think it's going to be perfect.
And held on to Bill and waited for the end. 14.
So I'm laying on the ground. It's fine. I'm super comfortable. But I am making pretty good progress in it. Get it? But it is now Monday, the first official day of Summerween. I read over 300. I think last night I got to 301 pages. So over the weekend I read 300 pages. And I would have read more on Saturday, on Saturday. But I only ended up reading like 60 pages because I did a lot of things on Saturday. I had stuff to do for my classes because I'm getting my master's. And then I had to finish getting my lessons done for school because I'm also a teacher. I cleaned. I did laundry. There's just a lot of things that I needed to get done. But I did all of those on Saturday, so on Sunday I could read. But I didn't end up reading the entire day on Sunday, so I only, like I said, got to page 300. But that's basically an entire book. I was looking at my other books that I want to read for Summerween, and both of them are under 400 pages. So I've basically read both of them already. So I've read an entire book. It's just, this is a ginormous book. And I feel like every time I read 100 pages, 200 pages are added to the end. That's what it feels like. But not because it's a bad book. I'm actually really enjoying the book. And I really like the experience of listening to the audiobook as I read it and like reading along with it, because the narrator is really good and his voice for Pennywise is so creepy. However, I did discover that this is definitely going to fulfill the challenge for read a paranormal or supernatural, because there's definitely paranormal and supernatural elements in this book, and I am kind of confused about what's going on, because this is not just about a killer clown. There's so many other things going on in this book that I don't know what. So it is like almost 8 o'clock now, and I just got off of well, technically it was two classes, two online classes through Zoom that were 3 hours each. I have been I don't know. I can't apparently do math. It's almost 8 o'clock. I worked until 3:15, and then I had to run home so that I could get onto my first Zoom class, and then my second Zoom class just ended, and I am exhausted. I am almost halfway through it, and I'm out on page 500. Hold on. Let me set this down here. Also, please ignore my messy bed. All right. So, and I'm sorry it's dark. Like, I don't know what you expect from me at 8 o'clock at night, but I'm on page 492. So not quite 500, but 492, and I'm almost halfway through this massive book. And I started reading Tell Me My Name by Aaron Ruddy, and this is an arc that comes out in October. October something, I think. October 21st, maybe? No. I don't know. I think it's in October. But I will put like the date somewhere, I'm sure. Editing me will figure it out. But I started reading this last night, and I'm really enjoying it. I am on part two. Part two, which is Show Me You Love Me. So part one was called Tell Me My Name, which is the name of the book. Cleobug. And then part two is Show Me You Love Me. I really liked part two. It kind of reminds me of the children's story Rumpelstiltskin, where she has to tell him his name. I think that's the right one. So I'm getting ready to get in bed, and I see a little head. Hi. Are you comfortable? Good morning. It is now Thursday, so it is day 4 of the Summerween readathon, and I am still halfway into It by Stephen King. I didn't really read any more yesterday because I was absolutely exhausted. Plus, I had things I needed to read for school, so I read those. But then I did end up finishing Tell Me My Name by Aaron Ruddy. I think why I don't know why I could just never remember the author's name, but I ended up finishing that last night and I really enjoyed it. I ended up giving it 4 stars. It reminded me a lot, well, the first part. So the book is divided into 3 parts, and the first part is what the synopsis talks about. So the synopsis only goes up to part 1, and then part 2 and part 3 just kind of go in a direction that I didn't expect, but I think that made it better. Not that the first part was bad. I actually really enjoyed the first part. It might have been my favorite. It reminded me a lot of Rumpelstiltskin. I still haven't looked up to make sure that that is the right story, but it's fine. So the first part I really enjoyed. The second part kind of got a little repetitive. There was a lot of repetition because that's what repetitive means. Good job, Elizabeth. But yeah, I ended up giving it 4 stars. I really loved the characters and the story and the plot twist. Definitely did not see it coming. So I really enjoyed it. Gave it 4 stars. You're sleepy. Are you a sleepy girl? Yeah. Oh. What about you? Are you a sleepy girl? So they were up crazy all night, weren't you? Yeah. Please ignore the fact that I currently look like a raccoon because we're doing great. But I just started reading Home Before Dark by Riley Sager, and I'm so excited. I'm on page 12, so I'm not very far into it, but it's reminding me a lot of The Haunting of Hill House, and I haven't read the book. I've only seen the TV show, but it's reminding me a lot of the TV show because we have the haunted house, we have the family member who wrote a book about the house, and then those, like, our main character doesn't believe that it's true. So I'm excited. I believe it's 9 o'clock. So I still can read for a little bit longer and see how far I'll get. This angle is super flattering, but it's fine. So it is almost midnight on Friday evening, and I am exhausted and I'm about to go to sleep, but I just want to give you an update. So I did not read any more of it today because I didn't have my planning period at work, and we had professional development after, so I was there for a while. We did a CPR class, so I'm certified now, in case you cared, which you probably don't, but it's fine. I did read some more of Home Before Dark, though. I am now on page 135, and I am absolutely loving this book. It is creeping me out 100%. I just had to go to the bathroom, and like on the way there I had to turn on the light because I got creeped out on the way to the bathroom. What? Dude, it really was Miss Pennyface. Dude. She was real. Damn. Oh, this is such a good book. This is such a freaking good book. I don't. Oh, this book was so good. It's so good. And my camera battery's about to die, so I will do an update tomorrow. Great. I'm sweaty. I look like a hot mess. It's fine. But it is now Sunday. It is the end of Summerween, the final day. And I pretty much have read all the books that I plan to read. Well, almost read all the books that I plan to read. But I figured I would do a little wrap up here to end the vlog. But the first book that I read, technically not the first book, but the first book I finished, there we go. The first book I finished for Summerween was Tell Me My Name by Rachel Reed. No, it was not. It was Tell Me My Name by Erin Ruddy. This is an adult thriller suspense, really. And it is about a woman who is kidnapped by a man that she has no idea who he is. And he tells her she has 3 chances to tell him what his name is, or her husband pays the price. So it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I thought there were some slow paced parts in the middle. There was some repetition in there, but overall I really enjoyed it, and I ended up giving it 4 out of 5 stars. I recommend it. I definitely am going to end up getting a physical copy of this when it does come out. Actually, has it come out already? No, it comes out October 31st. So I will definitely be picking that up, and I recommend that you do too. I think you will enjoy it. The second book actually just finished last night, and that is Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. This book blew me away. I absolutely loved this book. So this is like dual timelines. Whew. And it's like a book within a book, which is cool. But this is about a woman named Maggie who, when she was little, her family lived in this house that they were only in for 20 days, and then they left, and her parents vowed never to return, but she has no memories of this house. Her father, however, wrote a book called House of Horrors, and in this book it says that their house was haunted, and that's why they left. She doesn't believe that it's true, and her parents refuse to tell her the truth, so when her dad dies and she ends up inheriting this house, she decides to go back there and see what the truth really was. And I really loved this because you have, well, let me go here. So this is the book that the dad wrote. And in here you have chapters from the book that he wrote, and then you'll have a chapter of present day. And the 2 books kind of mirror each other, which I really enjoyed. I thought it was super creepy. There were definitely parts that gave me chills, and I thought I heard a noise while I was reading it. That was creepy. There is some footage of me reading the end of it last night, and I'm pretty sure there were a couple times where I heard a noise and like I had to look behind me. But yeah, I really enjoyed this book. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. And the last book that I read but have not completed is It by Stephen King. So my original plan, I actually started this 2 days before Summerween began. And my plan was to finish this by like Thursday of this week and then read the last 2 books over the weekend. That did not happen. This book is a beast. It is massive. So I decided halfway through the week that I was just going to slow down my pace on this so that I could pick up the other 2 books because I just needed a break from this. I am really enjoying it. I am finally just over halfway. I believe Goodreads says I'm at 52%, so we're doing great so far. But I'm really enjoying this book. The audiobook is actually really good, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm glad that I slowed down because it actually gives me a chance to really process everything, because there is a lot of information in this 1200 book thing. But I'm still reading this, and I'm still going to be reading this going into September, so we're doing great. These, along with Tell Me My Name, are the books that I read this week for Summerween, and honestly, I'm very impressed with myself. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I would love to know if you participated in Summerween, and if you did, what are some of the books that you read? Because I would love to know. And however else you end a vlog, I don't know. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.